Today is Veterans Day. I'm Dave Adams. One of the highlights in today's events is the showing of a feature-length film tonight based on a true story. It is a story of heroism in the face of fire in World War II. Star of the movie is Cole Carson, originally from Bend. It will be shown at the Tower Theater tonight. Doors open at 6, film at 7.
The film is about the director's father, named Don Smith. He was a soldier in the 94th Infantry Division. Started out as a private, and his final ranking was staff sergeant, and he basically became what we consider a war hero. He saved a lot of men by relaying a message of an incoming tank division, a German tank division, and there was a bunch of men up on a ridge that had no idea, and they didn't have anything to fight the tanks with. So it's the story of that, and it also talks about what happened before the war and how all these guys ended up. All the guys in his company ended up where they did in Germany and France.
What's the meat of the story here?
Yeah, I mean, the punchline is one man's hope, one man's courage, and it really is a story about hope and how important that was. It's just an unbelievable story. When you see it, you understand, what these guys went through, and what it really took to make it through. I mean, mentally, just to survive that and have a clear view on life still is pretty incredible.
Are you a native Bendite?
I am. Born at St. Charles Medical and graduated from Mountain View High School in the year 2000.
Tell me about why you're in this film, Every Man's War.
I was living in Portland at the time. I had an agent up in Portland, and they called me and they said there was going to be a table read for this script. So I joined the table read. A bunch of us local actors sat around the table and read the script, and I read one of the smallest roles in the whole film. I actually only had 2 lines, and they called me back to read for both the lead and the supporting role, and came back for several callbacks. Ultimately, they cast me as the lead, and it was a very exciting time for me because I hadn't been in any very big projects at that time, and at the same time I had moved down to Los Angeles. So I moved down to Los Angeles at the beginning of 2007, and I was being flown back for the movie. But that's how I got involved. It just kind of fell into my lap. I was extremely fortunate.
Where did they shoot the movie?
We shot it all in and around Portland, Oregon. A lot of it was shot on a property out in Scappoose, Oregon, which is a lot of trees and hilly terrain that resembled the terrain of Germany and France. And we shot a bunch of different locations. We shot up in Astoria. We shot up at Mount Hood a lot. A lot of the really snowy scenes you see were shot at the base of Mount Hood. We shot at the Hood River train station, but it was all shot in and around Oregon. What
should people take away from this film?
I think they should just take it to heart what these men and women did for us and why we have the freedoms that we do. I mean, it was such an important time in history, and it was truly a necessary war. And I think it's just an incredible film and story about the American story and how we've come to the place that we are today. And I think it just really honors those soldiers. And I hope that all the veterans feel honored by this film.
What did you personally take away from this film?
It was a phenomenal experience for me. It was a lot of hard work. It was extremely cold most of the time. I think we got a very tiny glimpse of what it might have been like to be in war. Obviously, there were no real bullets. They were all blanks. But being out in the cold for 12 to 16 hours at a time, we definitely understood what these guys had to go through. And you times that by 100, and that's what they went through. So, but it humbled me, and it made me so thankful for what those people did. And my grandfathers both served in the military. My dad's dad, he actually did go to Germany, and he was in communications. So I feel honored to have been a part of a project that honors him.
Every Man's War will be shown tonight at the Tower Theater. Doors open at 6, film at 7. Admission is free, but a donation for the Veterans Administration will be taken. I'm Dave Adams. Take 5 is a production of 1110 KBND Radio News. Depend on us.